tomorrow. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a special edition. This is Saturday night, the night before kickoff of Seahawks Coast to Coast. Zach, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm real pumped. We have an awesome show here for tonight and on the eve of the big game. So I'm excited. I hope everybody else out there is.
What do you think? On a 1 to 10, how nervous are you? 1 to 10, how excited are you?
I would say probably like on excited, I'm an 8. Nervous, probably a 7. I think
You're the opposite.
I think I'm not as nervous because like I have mentally prepared to have my heart ripped out of my chest tomorrow. So like I'm good with like I'm mentally prepared for the gymnastics that might happen tomorrow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. See, I'm excited. I'm about a 5. Nervous. I'm about a 9. I'm not dreading it because it's not like I think we have no chance to win, right? I think you'll see at the end of the show. I'll obviously pick the Seahawks, and it's not going to be like picking them last year against the Buffalo Bills. Like, I'll obviously have a reason. It's just, boy, this is a big game. I'm not going on Sunday. I bailed on my uncle. I'm actually staying home with the girls, so it's way more stressful watching at home, even, to be honest, because you're not there. You don't have the distractions of looking around. Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous just because of how far they've come.
Yeah, I've shared this, here on the show and with you during the playoffs. Like there is a part of me that this team has so overachieved this year, and like I wanted to be happy for just how far they've come, but there's no room for that right now.
Yeah,
like you gotta keep going.
It's like, well, let's be honest, it's mirror images. The Mariners and the Seahawks, you wanted to be happy that, hey, who'd have thunk the Mariners would be in Game 7 of the American League Championship game, right? The Seahawks, same thing. Who'd have thought the Seahawks would be at home, a home field advantage throughout the playoffs, the number 1 seed, and be in the NFC Championship, 1 game away from, I think, whoever wins this game wins the Super Bowl. And like I said, boy, it's just like, it's nerve-wracking. I'm definitely I'm a little nervous. So
yeah, I think we can get all giddy about the game that is to come. But I think a good place to start here on the rundown is being overjoyed over where we've been. Seattle just I tell you what, that was not on my bingo card. Getting after it versus the 49ers last week.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about the city as a whole, but yeah, that. Let's just start off with the very first play from not even from scrimmage, the kickoff. That was insane, and I guess I was kind of the only. Pardon if I'm using this word wrong, cynical person in the stands that when I saw the flag thrown about, it felt like 50 yards away from where the tripping was, but probably like 20 yards away, I'm going, oh my God, this is coming back. I stopped celebrating as soon as I saw the flag come out. And I missed out. I missed out because I'm so much of an ass to where I'm like, it's coming back. But it didn't. And that's the only points we needed to score on Saturday night. We allowed 6 points. We scored 7 in 13 seconds. So,
yeah. And at the end of the day, it was enough points to win the whole game in 13
yeah, that's
seconds.
what I'm saying. That's all we had to do. Could have just taken a knee the rest of the game on offense.
See, Kenny's in here. Thanks for coming in, Kenny. I know you've been here the last few shows, but we won't tolerate excuses here on the show because, well, you talked such a big game before the game.
Yeah.
If we would like to think ourselves as consistent people over here, and if you wanted to talk about the injuries and you wanted to make that a big deal, wouldn't you think you would have talked about that after you wound up beating the Eagles and now you're going on the road, you're playing your division rival on the road? I don't know, Joe. I didn't hear anything about injuries going into the game and how dismantled. All I heard was, I can't wait to play them. I can't wait to beat them at their own house.
I can't wait for Sam Darnold to turn into a pumpkin, I think was the main one.
Yeah.
I think Kenny might have said something about 49ers being hurt. I think somebody else in the chat, maybe. Obviously,
there were a lot of them.
yeah, we see you guys. Trust me, you know that we talk to you guys. But yeah, it's just funny how they lose to the Seahawks 41-6, and now they're checking out a substation, which I thought was a joke. I thought. My friend called me and was like, "Did you hear about this?" And I go, "Shut up, dude. You're watching fake news. You're like clicking on a link on Facebook, right? That says 49ers 49ers looking into injury problems for being next to substations." I don't know. I get they're hurt all the time, but I don't know. I told him I was just being a smartass, but it's true. I'm like, listen, I'm not about excuses. I'm about results. All right. So they didn't show up. I don't care. They thought having Trent Williams back was somehow like having a 37-year-old left tackle was just going to completely change the game. Newsflash, it did not. I didn't rewatch the game, to be completely honest with you, but I'm going to kind of go through my head while we do this recap and just kind of focus on just bring some stuff up that I noticed. And yeah, so first play of the game, kick return for a touchdown, 95 yards. Rashid Shaheed. I mean, we hated this. I don't know about you. I did not really care about this trade when it happened. Boy, has he been a factor for this team, not just this game, but the Rams game too. He kickstarted that comeback on Thursday night. With no Rashid Shaheed, punt return for a touchdown, I don't think we're winning that game.
Yeah, I agree. I think they won the trade deadline, man. And I know we talked about it here on the show last couple of years. Like it's just
three years in a row. Leonard Williams, Ernest Jones, Rashid Shaheed. They've drafted the best in the league 3 years in a row. And I didn't put it in my headlines because I had screenshots from when I thought we were doing the show on Tuesday. But for John Schneider to win Executive of the Year, I think is long overdue, to be honest. I think he should have won it in about 2012, 2013. But good for him to get his flowers.
Yeah, I agree. And it's been really great to see like all this hard work really pan out. And it all came together in this game where at the end of the day, everybody's waiting for our boy Sam to turn into a pumpkin, and we thought he was the big news about his oblique this 2 weeks ago was definitely one causing for pause. But when you only throw 17 times, you don't really need him.
I was going to bring that, and I texted you this week, and I think that's kind of the 49ers, but not the coaching staff. Obviously, they're not looking at it like the fans are. But the fans of these teams, the 49ers and the Rams, keep going, "Oh, look at Darnold. Look at Darnold. He can't do that, right?" Look at the rest of the team. I'm sorry, this is not. I texted you. This is not. They seem to think it's going to be Darnold versus Stafford. That's not the entire matchup.
Yeah.
How about Kenneth Walker running the ball? How about just short passes to Smith and Jigba, and he gets yards after catch? And how about let's just face it, the best defense in the NFL. So yeah, it's not just if there was two guys out there, if it was just hey Sam Darnold versus Matt Stafford and they're throwing routes on air all day, sure, I'll give you this game. I think you guys won it.
Yeah,
but this isn't the game we're playing. So
yeah. I agree, and I think at the end of the day, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl, and it's in an age where there's so much conversation around the quarterback, and there should be, right? It's warranted. If you don't have a good quarterback, you're not going to be able to figure things out. But I think the art of managing a football game instead of being like the superhero every single week. That art's been lost. We watched the Buffalo Bills. They have probably the biggest superhero right now in the NFL and Josh Allen. And that only takes them so far until you need the defense step up, or you need great wide receiver play, or great running back play. This team is just built in such a way where, we're going to not put the cart before the horse. We're going to build just a really competent team around this position and have it in a way where the quarterback is not actively losing games. And the Seahawks have been built like that for a long time. Yeah. Our biggest complaint about Geno Smith was like, man, like those backbreaking red zone turnovers, they're killing us. And it's like everything else is going okay. It's just don't need you to be doing that.
Yep.
Well, now we have a quarterback that doesn't quite do that. unless if he's thrown to a 300-pound defensive lineman on the 2-yard line.
Kenny, I do want to say I know you probably tuned in a little bit after the first seconds of the show, but it was us telling us how the confidence or the excitement versus
trepidation.
Nervousness. Yeah. So it we're not still floating, I promise. We're just still talking about the 49ers game, kind of. So.
There's enough fear on the horizon. Like you will get your fill in this show. Trust us.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, David McNiner? And yeah, as long as you don't need Sam Darnold to single-handedly win the game, then you'll be okay. And I think that's what we've been talking about for not just weeks, this entire year. I think since week 1 against the 49ers, when he fumbled the ball at the very end of the game, right? We don't want to have a quarterback has to win us the game. We have a middle of the road getting paid quarterback. We want him to manage the game and facilitate the offense, and that's what he's done a pretty good job of. So
yeah, absolutely. And just looking at back on the game that was, I think a huge story for us coming out of that game, of course, is the possibly next season ending injury to Zach Charbonnet. And I think it's good to see K9 hitting his stride right now. I know this changes the posture of this team in terms of that running back position here in the offseason, because we were really okay with letting K9 walk, keeping Zach.
Really okay. We just talked about this.
Rocking and rolling, but now the game's changed.
Yeah, and I think Kenneth Walker's performing. Obviously, we're just kind of going off the last couple of games, but he's performing at a level where he's going to command a little bit more money than we thought. I think the franchise tag is the median salary of the top 5 players at his position. And honestly, we can talk a lot more about this in the offseason. We have plenty more days to talk about this, but I wouldn't be surprised if they franchise tag him. It's not the most expensive position group to franchise tag. and all that money's guaranteed. So,
yeah. So just a bit of a gut punch there for the two-headed monster that we had that was really working out. Cam Akers and your boy Jones Jr. coming up.
Velus Jones. I texted you at the game. It was during that. It had to be against her. It had to be right after the don't even the Shaheed end around. And I said, was that Velus Jones? And you're like, no, that was Rashid Shaheed. And then you're like, oh wait, yeah, that is Velus Jones in the game. So
yes, so both of them are going to try to come in and shoulder the load there for the absence of Charbonnet. But other than that, I mean, this team was rocking and rolling. A bit of a I don't want to like put unnecessary pressure on a guy who, you know, has been there, done that. But like Cooper Kupp, 5 catches, 5 targets, leads
60
the team,
yards,
leads the team. Not that, you know, that was needed, but I think for a long time we've kind of been hungry for a game like that out of Cooper Kupp. So that was cool.
Well, honestly, I think if JSN would have had a normal game, I don't think it would have stood out as much. 5 catches for 60 yards. But I mean, we didn't even target a tight end the entire game.
I know.
Wild. Robbie Oots. We had more fullbacks with targets than we did tight ends, which is insane because I could have swore I saw Barner with the ball, but I looked back and it was the barnyard play. So, yeah, and then I guess the Seahawks just jumped out early, got that big stop at about midfield on 4th down, which was one of the weirdest plays I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
You run a stretch play with your fullback, and a stretch option play, which, I mean, if you're trying to get creative as an offensive coordinator, that is pretty freaking creative. But to run it to the short side of the field, and to just like everybody was bobbled up. It was insane. So,
yeah. It was just an odd game. I think that defense fired up to play. Ernest Jones forced fumble, interception, 2 forced fumbles from DeMarcus Lawrence. Like,
how about that?
He had a sack.
How about that touchdown to Smith and Jigba? So during that play, I literally said out loud, like a millisecond or a second before he threw it, I go, he's got nobody. And they're rolling to the left, and I hate that. He's rolling to the left, and he has nobody open. And then somehow, some way, JSN got the tiniest bit of separation, and he threw a perfect pass to him in the corner of the end zone. So
it kind of reminded me like
Lockett.
Yeah, prime Tyler Lockett. Like that was pretty cool.
Yeah. JSN's a little bit better than Tyler Lockett. Also, okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a heartless douche, but my wife asked me who number 16 is on the Seahawks. And I go, this year I don't think anybody. She's like, did a guy that wore 16 die? And I go, no. Why? And she's like, because on TikTok, I've seen 3 posts that say, man, I wish number 16 was here for this. And I'm like, you guys, okay, I get he's a nice guy. I get he played here forever. Look at what he did on the field. Like, come on. The reason we are in the position is because we didn't make decisions like having number 16 here for all this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And
go ahead. Yeah.
I'm in that camp. Like, I'm a bleeding heart for Tyler Lockett, but at the end of the day, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. They're like, boy, I wish 16 was enough to where my wife thought he was dead. I mean, that is insane. So, yeah, but anyways, defense played all around a great game. Didn't really give up anything. 49ers scored 6 points. I cannot believe it was 6 points because that long field goal they tried, that kick, so that happened in the goalpost right in front of me, And I'm like, this ain't gonna make it. It's dying, and then it just barely goes over the crossbar. But yeah, it was an insane game. It was loud, and there wasn't very many 49ers fans there.
Yeah. Speaking as somebody who, was there, try to like hold the rest of our hands and walk us through like what does, because this felt like like we're back, like the atmosphere, what is that like coming from somebody who's seen it, been there,
Deafening.
went through it, went through a time where
I haven't heard the place that loud in a long time. I'm not kidding. And I know I saw online that it was super loud during the Shaheed return. It wasn't just then, dude. Like, especially that it kind of died down the second half. The game was over, right? But no, I'd say back like when it comes to crowd atmosphere, it was back like prime 12th man day, like against the Giants in 2005 when they had 11 false starts against us. It was that loud. I mean, the second half it died down, but boy, that first drive on defense, because we just had that kick return, the crowd was in it, and like I said, I couldn't imagine it would have gotten that loud there. Everybody was in a good mood except like the two 49ers fans in front of me and the one behind me. They were being typical 49er douches, right? Holding up a big Santa Clara flag like during kickoff, and that they were holding it during kickoff, and then it went down, and I don't think it went back up the entire game. So it was definitely fun.
Oh, good. Yeah. Great game from anybody and everybody you want to wind up talking about here. It's just really awesome to see. Julian Love gets a fumble recovery in this one. Nicky Mawari gets a fumble recovery in this one.
That forced fumble that Ernest Jones had, I actually thought, until I looked at the stats afterwards, I thought Julian Love forced it, but it was Ernest Jones. The tight end, the fumble that basically made it 17-0. And at that point, you're like, okay, they're not in this. Not gonna lie, when they kicked that field goal to make it 17-3, something in my stomach was like, don't get too confident yet. But then when I was nervous the whole time. I'm not kidding. Just because if you lose, you're done, right? So, but that fumble that Ernest Jones forced against their tight end in the first quarter, that was just, I mean, they set it. The offense and defense just set, and special teams set a tone in the first 5 minutes of the game, and just they never took their foot off the gas.
Yeah.
Except for obviously when Drew Lock comes in. I mean, we all thought there was a possibility that Drew Lock was coming in. I didn't think we'd see it in the way that we saw it. So
yeah,
I texted
just like we thought.
Well, this group chat that these guys are in, I texted him, and I probably sound like a douche, but I was legit. I was like, "Is Purdy hurt?" Because when they had Mac Jones in, I was like, "That's not something you normally see on a playoff game." But then again, they were down by so much.
Yeah. It was cool to see it. Like, I didn't expect it, but it was cool to see it. So, yeah, good for him.
Want to get into the injuries?
Yeah, I'm pulling them up. Let's see. Pulling up Seahawks wire here.
I know. So I haven't looked. I've been trying not to. I'm so stressed out. Everything I see about the Seahawks on YouTube, I've been trying not to click on it, dude. I've been trying, like, I'll watch tidbits and I'll listen to local radio. But I see Pat McAfee trying to like hype the Seahawks up. I'm like, as Nick Saban said, dude, I'm not eating that rat poison, dude. Even though I'm just a fan, I'm like, I'm not doing it.
So, injury report. We have Amari Knight, doubtful, did not participate in practice. But
Who?
Second string offensive tackle. And because he was going to be a big deal, because we thought maybe there would be a chance that Charles Cross wouldn't be ready to play because of a foot injury.
Oh, that was 79?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
But Charles Cross, full participant in practice. That's probably like, other than Zach Charbonnet, that's like, that was the fear and trepidation going into this week of Charles Cross.
Yeah, and Mike McDonald said during the week, he was like, if we felt like Charles Cross had to be in the game, we would have put him back into the game, right? But it was going the way it was, and why risk it, right?
Yeah. Robbie Utes, neck injury. He's questionable. So
good thing we got Brady Russell still.
Yeah, it kind of stinks that he is he's out, or well, questionable, I guess I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Big news out of the quarterback room today. He is Sam Darnold fully cleared today, so they're still nursing his reps, but news came out today that he's good to go and ready to take on the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks Wire, of course, does not post Rams injuries, so let me get the Rams up here for a second because they have a number.
Hey, you forgot to bring up a couple big ones, though. I guess I'll talk about while you look at the Rams one. Halani back this week. That's definitely a plus. Getting George Halani back. My
preseason god,
I was George talking to my friend after the 49ers game. He's like, where did Kenny McIntosh go? And I was like, not gonna lie, I freaking forgot Kenny McIntosh existed. And I Googled it. I forgot he tore his ACL before the preseason started. And then Elijah Arroyo back this week, which I didn't really expect that at all. So that's cool.
Quentin Lake, safety, had an illness earlier this week. He's full participation today. So he looks to be good to go. Byron Young, questionable, outside linebacker.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. And Rob Havenstein, offensive lineman. He has an ankle injury, but he's been designated. He's been trying to come back this week, but he is out for.
Oh, he is?
It says here game status out here on the Rams official site. So that's a Rams report. That's a big one.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I think Byron Jones is the biggest one, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
And let's get into this game. Let's get into the Seahawks Rams preview because they have both been barn burners. As much as you want to say the first one, Sam threw 4 interceptions. The only reason they won that game is because our kicker missed a 60-yard field goal at the end of the game, right? Another thing I've noticed on the national media that I have watched, which was strictly, I think, Sunday, because that's when I got kind of tired of it. They go, the Rams outplayed the Seahawks for 7 quarters. Seahawks just outplayed them for 1 and overtime. They clearly didn't watch the first game. Everybody besides Sam Darnold outplayed the Rams on the first game. I mean, if our quarterback didn't throw 4 interceptions, that wouldn't be a thing. If Sam didn't throw basically a pick 6 in the second game, you remember that brought the ball down to the 1-yard line. Blake Corum scored, I think, the next play. It would still be closer then. This is a tough matchup, and this is a game that we, as much as I know everybody's talking about it, and I say I hate it, but this is a game we do need to run the ball well and get easy passes. The easy passes completed.
Yeah, I think a big key to the game here for Seattle, and it's something we've complained about all year out of K9, but man, if there's a game you figure out how to just be content with 3 yards in a cloud of dust, it'll be this one. Mm-hmm. And Like, not every play has to be looking to bounce it to the outside and trying to get that home run hitter, which he obviously can do. It's just, man, there's so much pressure on number 9 to go out there, establish himself early. I don't want to see dancing or happy feet. Like, be strong, committed runner.
Sean Alexander. You don't have the offensive line to run like Sean Alexander. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing. Sean Alexander, that worked because the 5 guys he had in front of him, right? Yeah, I think another thing is going to be getting to Stafford. Sorry to kind of cut you off, but
no,
we've sacked him 0 times in the first game, which he actually played very poorly the first game against us. I don't know if you recall. I think he had 150 passing yards. We held Puka to 70. I'd really like to see a defensive performance like that. It's boy, this is just tough. I don't think, now I'm going to knock on wood, I don't think we're going to see the passing that we saw from the Rams last time, because we can't have that and win this game where he threw for 525 yards and Puka had 225 and 2 touchdowns. So,
yeah, Stafford in the first game, 15 of 28, 130 and 2 touchdowns. Pretty plain.
And Devontae Adams played that game, and he had 1 catch for 1 yard and 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
So it's not like he broke us that game. He did have a magnificent catch last week. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
But boy, we need to stop Puka Nacua, right? Because that was the death of us last game in overtime too. So
I think there is something to be said though about the Rams here in the playoffs. Like, I know it's kind of like, oh, we're here now. It's a divisional game. Throw everything you know out the window. But man, if you've been watching Rams games in the playoffs, like,
they've been playing down to their opponents, and they've been doing it since we beat them.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm nervous, because they can show out. I know there's that Rams team that's still in there that is awesome. And I just don't want it to happen this week, or even if it does, we just need to be our best version of ourselves. Because they really, they shouldn't be here, if we're being honest. That Panthers game should have done them in. So,
yeah, it's just insane that the 2 teams in the NFL that have been the 2 best teams in the NFL for a long while, we kind of all said, well, they'll meet again. And here we are. Like,
yeah, we knew it was going to happen. I think they knew it was going to happen.
I think a key to the game, like you said, getting after Stafford. It's not like he's going to run away. So make that pocket collapse. Seattle's been really good at stunts up front for the defensive line, just getting different looks against opposing offensive lines. So you got to start fast. I think what you said earlier was spot on. If Seattle's in a spot where they're just trying to chase points, that's when we're going to find ourselves in trouble. But it's got to,
or like come back down by 16 in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Who knows? But one thing that's not important right now, Kenny, at all. That is definitely not important at all.
Who y'all drafted? I don't care. I don't care.
So one thing I do want to say is, if Josh Jobe comes up with that interception, but the play before the Puka Nacua touchdown in overtime, we're talking about a completely different story. We're not talking about a 2-point conversion to win the game. We're talking about a great comeback. But, I think when Stafford, I heard Hasselbeck say this on the radio this week, and I'm stealing it from him. But when Matthew Stafford throws a defense the ball, we need to capitalize on it.
And he's been doing it all playoffs, man. Like, there were so many times in that Bears game where I'm like, he threw it right at him. Like, just catch the ball. He's giving it to you, and it just doesn't happen. And he throws the most uncatchable ball on the most obvious interception scenarios, and they just can't come up with it. And I totally agree with you. Like, he's giving that opportunity, capitalize on it, catch the dang ball. So,
well, and we've talked about this all year. Sorry to cut you off, but we've talked about this where, yes, Sam leads the league in turnovers, but he's middle of the pack in turnover worthy plays, according to Pro Football Focus. So the fact that teams are just capitalizing against his bad throws, right? Or we need to be the ones that capitalize on the poor throws and not them. I think that's definitely key to victory that Matt Hasselbeck brought up. And I was like, that's interesting because I haven't really heard somebody word it that way until he said it. And I was like, that's actually pretty true, because I immediately thought back to the Josh Jobe play, right? Because that completely different. We're not going for two. We're not even kicking an extra point. We're getting down to like the 15 and kicking a field goal and getting the heck out of there. So,
yep. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
Well, do you have any NFL headlines you want to touch on today? Or are you content with the preview, or where do you want to go?
I mean, what do you think? Obviously, we need to run. Let's say the dumbass thing we say every week. We need to run the ball, stop the run, have the run open up the pass. But it is true. If Sam throws the ball 17 times this game, barring injury, right? I'm not going to jinx us, but if he's throwing 17 times a game because he doesn't have to throw the ball 30 times a game, I think that's definitely a key to victory.
Yeah, I agree. I think special teams obviously is going to be a big topic in this week's matchup. Seattle's just been so good at special teams all year long,
which I hated. Jay Harbaugh.
I know.
Do you remember that last year? Did you like him? I mean, I think a lot of it was Chenault last year.
Yeah. Well, so something interesting that was covered earlier this week on the Shaheed touchdown run. Something that was interesting that was pointed out was most times when NFL receiving units on kickoffs happen, there's like a standard formation that plays itself out, and then you have two receivers back to go and get the ball.
I noticed that while I was at the game,
and
how they were lined up in an I formation.
And now there's only one guy back there. You have an extra blocker further up the field whose total intention is, I'm not getting this ball. I'm going to go and block. Like, how hasn't anybody else thought of that until now? Like, this, I
think the only thing that might screw us with that, to be honest, because I did notice that, the only thing that might screw us is their kicker really kicks that ugly low ball, right? And that's going to be harder to cover sideline to sideline. So maybe they saw something in San Francisco that this guy just boots it straight up in the air. I have all the time in the world to get to wherever it's going to go, right? So,
yeah. So,
but I did notice that too, and I kind of thought it was weird, but I didn't really think anything of it because it was every time they lined up for a kickoff. I definitely didn't notice it the first time, but I guess they only kicked it off to us 3 times, but the other 2, I was noticing. I'm like, oh, that's kind of odd, but that whole kickoff is still odd to me. So it's not like it's not like, I don't know. Sorry, that was dumb.
Well, I just think if they can get innovative on special teams again, you're gonna be in for a treat this weekend. So big key to the game for me. I think getting them in good field position early is, I'm not expecting everything to be run back for a touchdown, but it would
get to the 30-yard line. That'd be sweet.
Get up there, put pressure on them, and they're built to do that for sure.
Yeah, and I'm a smart ass too. So like the first 49ers game, or second, the one 3 weeks ago, right? when we got the ball down to the 5-yard line and went for it on 4th down, I'm like, man, this is a great field position flipper. I always say shit like that. But let's get to some headlines. Most of these, not going to lie to you, are just talking shit about the 49ers because I screenshotted these on Tuesday, and most of them are from the same post from NFL memes. So let's get into these. One of them I think is hilarious, and I noticed it. I'll tell you when we get there. Okay. Yeah, this is actually one of them. Mike McDonald versus Sean McVay. Sean Payton versus Mike Vrabel. I thought that was nuts. Spelt the same way. Both of the Mikes are defensive guys. Both of the Seans are offensive guys. And I think both Mikes are going to come out on top.
Yeah, good time to be named Sean or Mike. So
yeah, I mean, not like there's a zillion people named that anyways, but I thought it was cool when I saw it. 49ers fans realizing the Seahawks are 2 wins away from lifting the Lombardi at their own home stadium. Another thing I wanted to say is, like, if the NFC wins the Super Bowl, it's going to be one of their two biggest rivals. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's us or them. I think they will still be pissed off that we have confetti falling down in Santa Clara. 49ers longer Super Bowl drought than the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, it is true. They won their last one in 94. Dallas won their last one in 95. Never thought of it that way. But
no, me either.
Yeah, because everybody makes fun of the Cowboys for that, right? So this is all off the same post, by the way. Seahawks scored enough points in 13 seconds into the game to beat the 49ers and advance. That is true. I think that was one of the first things we talked about this game. This had to be my favorite.
Yeah, and they tore the sign. They tore the fan sign. Did you see all that shenanigans?
No, I just saw Trent Williams flipping him off.
No, they were all jamming and stuff, and the fans get down there and they're all rowdy.
It's been the same guy. The sign guy, he's been there since I've been a kid.
There was a lot of sign people there, so I don't know if it was like that guy. I know who you're talking about.
The guy that wears number 1 in a 2002 and it says "Our House" on the back. Yeah.
But they like reached up and grabbed this guy's sign and ripped it up. I'm like, I would be mad. Like this is like your banter and my banter. Like I can't go down there and like huck your helmet across the field or something like that.
You could, but you would go to jail.
I know, and I'm like, what are we doing? Like this is.
I mean, if you do think about it, you can punch a fan in the face and only get suspended for 2 games.
Well, yeah,
so,
I guess you're right.
I mean, that's nuts. I still can't believe he was only suspended 2 games.
I'm so happy.
I didn't see that, to be honest.
Yeah, so yeah, I was really upset at all that because I'm like, at some point, players got to be over there, fans have got to be over here. Like we just went through this whole fiasco with DK in Denver or in Detroit. Like, just like let the fans do what they're doing, and you're doing what you're doing. They're up there, and you're down here. Don't go ripping signs. It's stupid. And so yeah, I was really bent out of shape about.
Yeah, you're more bent out of shape than I don't even care.
I'm so glad that you brought that up.
I just think it's hilarious because they rock out with that boombox, right? And they're just like, oh yeah, we're the shit. And then to go out and kick 2 field goals has to be the funniest shit.
Yeah. Got a little conversation here at the side about hosting Super Bowls and things like that. I want to, if you guys aren't subscribed to 5 Point Vids, like I highly recommend it. He's like a big stadium junkie, and he actually just did a video a couple weeks ago about how people are building. And I know we talked about it here on the show.
We've talked about it multiple times, and we've talked about how our stadium was designed for Super Bowls. Like that's why I liked Buffalo Stadium, is because they didn't do what Minnesota did and just make it, hey, we're going to host Super Bowls here. The outside of our stadium looks like an NBA arena. I like football stadiums. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, Levi Stadium is kind of enough to be like that, but it's in California, so obviously they're going to. But yeah, Seattle will never host a Super Bowl.
No.
As long as Lumen Field's around, I think their best chance of hosting a Super Bowl was when we had the Kingdom. But the other thing is hotel accommodations in Seattle are nothing like, say, New Orleans or Las Vegas, or have they
Arizona even. I mean,
yeah,
Arizona is a big to do. So
yeah, if they could have been in a bid and when the Kingdom was still around, but it was such a piece of shit when it was around that why would they even show up? So, yeah, let's just.
You have more memes? Oh my goodness, you have more memes. This is great.
Meme. Only one more piece of news. Only one piece of news. All these are just memes. Rashid Shaheed's opening kickoff return registered a small earthquake on seismographs in Seattle. Now, I didn't really, like I said, I was just being a negative Nancy during the play and thinking that it was going to get called back. So maybe I just didn't notice as much. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And did you see this one guy, the video on the left?
From his apartment, right?
I think it's a hotel. They have apartments and hotels literally right where that guy is. That had to be one of the coolest views just because that's right where he was, right? So that had to be kind of cool.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a Rams fan down here in the comments. So, yeah, all the best.
Oh.
Hoping for a healthy game. That's a good, healthy game.
Dude, I don't even care. I just want to win.
I want to win too. But at the end of the day, like,
we're hoping if there's an injury, we're hoping there'll be time he's back next year. I mean, this is a game where just leave it all out on the field, right? If you got to make that extra reach
I don't know. Tell that to Denver. Like, gosh, what a terrible
we'll get into
win.
that with our picks, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks, Peo, for coming in. I did a show with him like a long time ago.
Nice.
Not like a weekly show, but just when the Seahawks play the Rams. And this one I think is hilarious. So this job is already filled. I typed in NFL head coaches right before we came on just to screenshot something for our headlines, right? This has to be the funniest thing I've seen online, stumbled across online a long time. So kind of blurry, but if you want, you can actually go on Coach Corner website and apply to be the Tennessee Titans head football coach.
Well, yeah, it's not even that is funny, but you know, a little bit of 49er news. That's Robert Saleh's gig now, right?
No, yeah, it is, but I just thought it was hilarious because I was like, no way. No way could I just go on Google and be like, hey, my name's Joe Stevens. I'm a mechanic. I'm trying to come in here to interview for this head coach job because last guy, Bill Callahan, had no idea what the fuck he was what the frick he was doing with this football program.
I'm a high character guy. First guy in, last guy out. Gritty.
Basically, the team's going to be white and we're going to suck. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, Mike, what I was really going to originally screenshot was Mike McCarthy got hired as the Steelers head coach. Did anyone see that one coming? Did you?
No. I mean, there were rumblings like last week about it, and you know, he's from Pittsburgh, so it's like, listen, it's I opined last week. I'm like, the Rooneys hire from within, and they like, don't be surprised if it's like some no-name dude that you ain't never heard anything about. And then they go and hire the white Mike Tomlin, and I'm like,
they hired the guy that Aaron Rodgers got fired in Green Bay because he didn't want him to be his head coach,
and they're gonna bring him back. Like,
this
is all for one last ride with Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy, and I don't know. I think it's dumb, but I'm not a Steelers fan, so I don't care. I want nothing but bad things to happen to them. So
also, the Dolphins hired a guy who I'd never heard of.
There's names floating out there for head coaching positions right now where I'm like, I've never heard of you at all.
The Dolphins, I forget who they hired. The offensive coordinator, I've definitely heard of him. I don't remember who it was, but their head coach, I'm like, who is this? Like, I had to look up. He was like the offensive coordinator for a team for one season. But yeah, Jesse Minter got hired as, who's he coaching? The Ravens. So that's going to be weird. It's going to be definitely a shakeup in the AFC North. I don't know if Jesse Minter is going to do as good of a job as Mike McDonald has done, to be completely honest.
I don't think so. I just a different.
Will Howard is pissed. Whatever, dude. I didn't think Will Howard was really taking him anywhere, anyways. I'm not gonna lie, I liked Riley Leonard better than Will Howard, but when it comes to NFL, evaluating, I didn't think either of them was really going to do much. But who knows? Riley Leonard might. But no, they'll have Daniel Jones back next year. So, oh my goodness.
What?
Cancel the show.
No, it's all done.
Okay, we got. You want to bring up the picks one last, two more times?
What? Yeah. Well, we'll bring them up. Not that we need a screen share to wind up doing this, but we'll do it. We'll do it for old time's sake.
Hey, listen, I'm not getting a haircut unless the Seahawks lose on Sunday or the day after the Super Bowl. All right. So I'm superstitious. We got to keep our stuff going the way it goes. Oh, shoot. That's a packed slate tomorrow.
Yep.
Why does yours say 3? That game's at noon.
Well, I have the correct times up here. So,
oh yeah, sure. What an elitist! He's an East Coast elitist.
Yeah,
exactly. He takes pride in the Tea Party over there.
Yeah, it's great. So, Patriots on the road playing Stiddy and the Denver Broncos.
Dude, if we win, I want the Broncos to win so bad. If we lose, I want the Patriots to win. But you know what?
You're gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm taking. Give me Denver.
You talk crap about Sean Payton all year long, and now you're gonna take him in the AFC Championship with a backup quarterback.
You know I root for things that I think are hilarious, as long as they don't affect my team. And I think it would be absolutely hilarious. And I know the NFL will be pissed if they have to promote this game with Jarrett Stidham under center. So give me the Broncos just out of sheer comedy.
My heart wants to go with you, and I want all the things you want, but I have said on this show, and I will say it again, I'd rather be right than pick with my heart. So I'm going to pick New England. I do not look forward to if we do advance the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl, because all we will be seeing is the last time these two teams played in the Super Bowl. I don't want that. I
don't even care. These guys don't care either. Nobody was around then.
But the media cares. That's
I care a little bit too. My stomach drops every time. Still, every time I see the Jermaine Kearse catch 2 plays before that play, it brings a slight bit of pain to me because I know what happens 2 plays later.
Yeah. Sean Payton's record with backup quarterbacks 8-1.
I heard that.
It's not the most ridiculous thing. How do you think this game will go? Do you see it as like a defensive slugfest?
Yeah, look at what happened last week with Denver. God, I'm so messed up right now. With New England and Houston. I mean, Houston has a good defense, but look at how many times both teams turn the ball over. I think you have a couple of a team that likes to turn the ball over versus a team with a first-time starting quarterback. I think you're going to get quite a few turnovers this game. So,
yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a sloppy game. Drake May.
God, I've been wanting this guy to come in here for the past year or two.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Jim Everett, the great.
You want to drop some lore here on the channel, or
no? This guy's just a troll on a bunch of 49ers channels, and he's never really came into mine. I feel honored and privileged that you are here right now to never show your face and say a bunch of negative shit about the Seahawks, even though you have no idea what you're talking about.
Wow.
Sorry. Let's get back to these picks.
I just, that was very heartfelt. So, kind of threw me for a loop there. So, Drake May has been kind of sloppy here in the playoffs, and
fumbling.
I think.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, we talked about this earlier. Please, yes, Sam Darnold. Yep, that's what you need to focus on. Stopping Sam Darnold. Don't even worry about our defense. Nothing.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. That's all I'm saying.
I understand the deep-rooted bond you have to talk trash with this person. So,
I mean, it's been like 2 years.
I know this is a big moment for you. You've waited so long for this opportunity. So,
yeah.
Who am I to stand in the way? Really?
Just half this show.
Yeah, I mean, it's your show. You can do whatever you want.
No, it's not. It's on both our channels, dude. The Seahawks.
You had the power to turn it off earlier, so I'm just along for the ride.
I'm just the guy who pays for StreamYard. All right. If not, this would be roles reversed. I promise.
So I think it could be a sloppy defensive game between these two in the AFC Championship. It would not shock me at all if it came down to the end here.
Denver.
I don't know.
I'll look it up. Or you can. Screw it. Broncos weather.
A cold forecast.
I'm going to watch a bunch of The Ranch before this game.
15 hours ago. Bleacher Report. Here we go.
Agree.
I don't want to.
Oh, you screwed yourself, dude. Major storm.
Yeah, this is the snowpocalypse thing that we're getting tomorrow. 18 degrees. It gonna be cold. It gonna be real cold. But they're playing the Patriots, so whatever.
I know.
43 degrees and partly cloudy. Not quite the cold, rainy day that our head coach predicted 2 years ago.
No, it's that video was sick.
It was amazing.
They actually played another one. I got it on video. I'll send it to you. Before the game, they played it on the Jumbotron, and it was kind of like the video they posted a couple days ago. But yeah, dude. One thing I love about this guy is he is not as much of a hard ass as Mike Holmgren was, but he's not a pushover like Pete Carroll was. He's like right in the middle of the two of them. Yeah. And it's kind of nice to not have a guy that's going to get pushed over anymore.
Yeah. And like, I watched that video this week and I was like, I will die for you, head coach. Like I will go out there. Give me some pads, dude. Like I
will long
it was amazing.
Snap. I will long snap.
I will do whatever is necessary. I'll be the guy that holds the ball for the kicker on the windy day. So that's where I'm at. But anyway, NFC Championship game. We talked about it. No, you're probably gonna pick the Rams here with your adoring fan here.
So I'm gonna switch it up. No, I'm just kidding. Give me the Hawks just for what we talked about earlier. I think people say that the Rams dominated the first game. Obviously, like they didn't watch the game because we did. If we just took knees the whole time on on offense, I think we would have had a better chance of winning that game than 4 interceptions. And still, the only reason the Seahawks lost that game with throwing 4 interceptions was because our kicker missed a 60-yard field goal to win the game, right? Like
and a god tier punt.
Yep, the greatest punt of all time happened, and we still drove it a little bit down the field. Just gotta play great defense and stop Puka Nacua. And the Seahawks will win this game 27-23.
I'm ready, as we talked about at the beginning of the show, for my heart to be ripped out of my chest. And although just because I'm mentally prepared for that doesn't mean I'm going to pick the Rams. I'm going to pick Seattle here to get it done. And I think, man, this defense has just been so good. And we've talked about earlier in the show how Stafford's been sort of playing down the competition here in the playoffs, been throwing those.
They're lucky. The difference between us and them is, like, our game wasn't even close. We only played one, but they're lucky to be here.
Stafford's been throwing those here, take it kind of interceptions that nobody's been able to do. I think nobody's been able to get and capitalize on. I think that's the difference. I really do. I don't think it's going to be a huge game for Sam Darnold. I think this will be a game where the mistakes that Stafford has been laying up here for the other teams here in the playoffs are just going to come back to bite him. I'm going to pick Seattle to win this 27-17. And, but man, am I fully prepared to just get my heart ripped out tomorrow. But I think this defense is just that good. And it'll look a lot more like the first game.
And this is kind of why I flipped out a little bit, like at the beginning of the show, is because this is literally your one comeback about the Seahawks. Sam Darnold. Like
been that way all week.
That's it. No, been this way all year.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam Darnold. Yeah. You know
I think that's a great
Sergeant
point.
Jordan B2519. Yeah. That's perfect. That's kind of what I didn't even take into account that this game should be on Stafford's back, but it doesn't have to be on Sam's. So
yeah.
Anything else before this pivotal matchup that you want to get into?
I mean, we have hot takes. Do you have one? Because, man, I've been waiting all week to give you mine.
Give me yours. I'll try to think of one. If not, I'll go later.
Oh, buddy boy. If you've been following this channel, you know my favorite hot take of the whole dang year has been
should have seen this one coming.
The narrative of the old quarterback.
Oh, the old quarterback?
And trying to hype up the old quarterbacks who've gotten their chances throughout the year. And one by one, all year long, Joe Flacco multiple times on multiple teams. We had Philip Rivers come out of retirement. I even got on the Aaron Rodgers bandwagon at one point because I was like, man, old men quarterbacks.
He's like, man, I just need to say something.
Well, last week on our show, I said, the only old man quarterback left is Matt Stafford. So I think the old man quarterback take is dead. Well, I'm here to tell you, buddy, the old man quarterback take in recent days is alive and well. What? Because I'm a firm believer because he just got an interview to be the next head coach.
God, I don't know how we didn't bring it up.
Of the Buffalo Bills. My hot take is that the Buffalo Bills should hire old man Philip Rivers as their new head coach. I'm I'm all in, baby. The old man quarterback take is all the way back. Full circle here for the conference championship week with the man who I rooted for so hard down the stretch coming to save the hot take segment. I'm over the moon that we're here now, living in this timeline.
All right. I think that does it for this week's hot take. I can't. We'll have 2 weeks of hot takes coming up for the Super Bowl, whether the Seahawks are in it or not. So I'll get you mine. Let us know in the comments section what you think about the Philip Rivers getting an interview from the Bills situation. Yeah. So Philip Rivers has 8 kids to put through college. So
he gets it. He gets it. Yep. Go get that head coach money, Philip Rivers. Go get it.
Yeah, yeah. That's dumb. That'd be dumber than hiring Jeff Saturday as an interim head coach. Because at least it's not permanent. What if I ask you a question before we leave, because I do have to get on another show right after this. What would shock you more? Philip Rivers coming back next year, midseason, to fill in for a quarterback, or Philip Rivers becoming the interim head coach of the Colts, or the Colts. We'll just say the Colts. We'll just say Philip Rivers coming back to be an interim head coach, or Philip Rivers coming back to be a quarterback next season. Which one would just surprise you more?
Probably being a player. I would say probably being a player.
I mean, he came in and lost 8 games. That's kind of all he did. Not being a dick. They were playoff bound.
Yeah, well, you can only do so much. The man's 140 years old, so.
Yeah, I mean, nobody besides the Colts was asking him to do that much.
But yeah, I'm here for it.
Well, guys, it's gonna be a tough one. If you need any therapy or whatever, I'll probably, depends on how the game goes, but we will be back here Tuesday. Depending on how the game goes, we might have a therapy session tomorrow after the game. We might have a celebration after tomorrow's game. So we'll see how it goes. Go Hawks as usual. And yeah, thank you everybody who's been with us all season up to this point. Really, it's been awesome. So
see you guys.
Bye.